Garland Stadium live on a Friday evening, October the 9th, 2009, as we have the Kecoughtan Warriors playing host to the Phoebus Phantoms. Hello, Mike Hauser along with Mr. Bob Hintz and Mr. Bob Killen along with Brent Musgrove as we have a warm evening here on a Friday. And I think we probably ought to say it's actually hot up here tonight. It's not a whole lot of wind blowing up here. Down on the field, it seems to be blowing pretty good. The Kecoughtan Warriors coming in tonight with a 3-1 district record, playing host again to the Phantoms, who is 4-0, 5-0 overall, and by some accounts ranked number 1 or number 2 in the state. So the Phoebus Phantoms rolling again here in 2009, the defending AAA Division V state championship. As we get ready to set the game shortly, we will be sending it down to the field, and we will have Bob Hintz, who will be with Coach Stan Sexton of the Phoebus Phantoms.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's great to be back home.
I know it is, and we missed you while you was at Warwick, but you got some good experience at being a head coach. Coming home with the same staff and everything, it's got to be real helpful.
Oh, yeah, anytime you could keep your staff, and the staff that, Bill had built over the years, is a great staff, and that was a tremendous transition, made the transition so much easier.
Now, you had a tough game last week. I know you had a few guys that were sick with the flu and all that, but you have to be real pleased with the way Paul Morant threw that ball.
Oh, yeah, Paul, we knew Paul could throw all along. He started out a little slow beginning of the season, but each week he's gotten better and better. And then Woodside made us throw the ball, and they were saying, you're going to have to throw it to beat us, and we did. Paul took over and threw for 200 yards, and big play on the 4th and 15 to hit Ramon DeLoach for the big first down that ultimately led to the field goal.
Well, now this is a young man that's just a sophomore, this DeLoach, right?
Oh, yes, sir. He's got a lot of potential. He could be. Continues to work hard. He could be one of the top receivers in the state.
One last question, Coach. You're playing the Kecoughtan school where these kids know everything about everybody. I mean, they played together forever. What does this bring to the game tonight?
Well, it's that classic Phoebus Kecoughtan rivalry. Like you said, they know each other. They all want to win. They want to be able to have the bragging rights for Woodland Road. To get that over the years. So the intensity level is going to be a lot higher tonight. Kecoughtan's got a lot of great athletes, and hopefully, we come out and play well tonight and keep them from doing things that we don't want them to do.
Well, I know they're going to throw a lot of different things at you, but you're going for your 26th straight win, Coach, and I want to say good luck to you tonight, and all the luck, and welcome back to Phoebus.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it, and again, thank you guys for doing this. You've been doing it a long time. We really do appreciate it.
Good enough. All right, let's go back up to Mike.
All right, thanks, Bob. As Bob runs his way up the stands here to join me up here, I just want to make a note that Paul Rowe is not with us this evening. His having his high school reunion is this week, and so Bob will run up here and he'll join me and take care of business that Paul would normally be doing. And let's go ahead and send it down to the field now. While Brent Musgrove has Coach Glenn Tidwell down on the sidelines for an interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with head coach Glenn Tidwell, the Kecoughtan Warriors. He's 3-1 in the Peninsula District and 3-2 overall. His season opened with a win over Bethel, and then right long after that, he had an injury to one of his key players. And that's all I hear every time somebody thinks I'm going to be talking to you, Coach, is how is Dorsey doing? Can you fill in the fans?
Yeah, he's doing really well. He I think goes back to the doctor here in a couple of weeks, and it looks like he'll get his cast off and air cast put on his foot so he can wear his shoes again. And you never know. Football season, you think's over? Basketball next? I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know yet. Right now, I'd say yes, and then look to basketball, but you never know. Well, let's move on. The young man that replaced him, Bailey. Tell us a little bit about him. He's a junior, and he seems to be trying to hold things together. Yeah, Bruce is doing a great job. He has come in. He came in during the Lake Taylor game once Dorsey got hurt, and played well. Of course, got his feet wet really quick with their defense. And, after that, he's been doing well. He's a smart kid, not not the same type of quarterback as Dorsey, but, you know, he brings different things to the table, which has helped us out.
Well, of course, Dorsey had experience and probably one of the most athletic kids in the district. I rate him probably in the top 3 as athletic in the quarterback position. You're talking about Lake Taylor's defense. Give us 30 seconds of what you said that defense was.
It was like a 9-man jailbreak. I mean, they were sending everybody in the house and, you know, playing this man outside, and it was tough to block. I mean, it was funny. It wasn't funny to watch, but it was, you know, after when you get back and look at it, it made you kind of laugh just in frustration.
All right, let's talk about your defense. You've got 2 seniors on your defense, very young sophomores and freshmen on there also. Tell us how you expect them to keep coming along and what's the key for them tonight.
Well, the key is to play within themselves and not do more than they're supposed to. You know, we've been preaching now since the, you know, day 1 of camp that, you know, you have an individual job to do and you can't do the other 10. And if you do the other 10, then bad things happen. So occasionally they will do those bad things and bad things happen. So we're slowly getting over that, and it's like the light bulb is slowly, you know, coming on a little bit for some of the younger guys, which is good. But, yeah, we've got 2 seniors, and those 2 guys do a great job getting us straight.
All right, and the keys for tonight's game for your offense, having looked at Phoebus's defense, I know you saw the game last week.
Well, Phoebus is extremely fast on defense, and the key is for us to get out fast and block their linebackers. I mean, their defensive linemen are pretty quick, but the linebackers are faster. And the key to our offense is to get into those linebackers. And if we get there, we got a chance. If we can average anywhere from 2 to 5 yards per play, we'll be in good shape. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Last question. You're in Division 6. How is that affecting you now?
Well, I really haven't looked. I think the PowerPoints just came out this past week. I think we were 10th in it. Can't worry about it right now. We, you know, it's like I told the kids, we were 3-2 the first half of the season. We got to be on the winning side the second half. So it'll happen if it happens, if we make the playoffs. But we got to win tonight first.
Coach, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're getting ready for this game. Good luck tonight, and looking forward to seeing the rest of the season. Guys, I'm going to send it back up to you just to let you know. They're just entering their tough half of the season. After tonight's game with Phoebus, they have Gloucester, and then after that, they've got Woodside, Hampton, and Warwick in the next 3 games. So this is going to be the tough half of the season for Coach Tidwell. Thanks, guys. Back up to you.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zooms, with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. By Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part by Beach Hardware, located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home, both inside and out. And by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3127 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armistead Avenue. Nancy Staten, Director.
As we get ready to get started here, stay tuned as we got some special announcements going on down on the field.
Kecoughtan High School. We would like to welcome you to tonight's matchup between the Warriors of Kecoughtan High School and the Phoebus High School Phantoms. This evening, we have a special pregame treat in store for you. So I ask that you please direct your attention to the field at this time and join me in giving a big, warm welcome to our own Hampton Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Linda Shipley.
Good evening, Hampton City Schools fans, and welcome to elected officials and public safety night. We are so excited to have two of our schools, Kecoughtan and Phoebus, involved in such a great competition this evening. However, we're just as excited to have many of our elected and public safety officials joining us. As our special guests are introduced, let's give each of them a very special Hampton City Schools welcome. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Shipley. And now, let's get ready to greet our wonderful, hardworking elected and public safety officials who are here with us this evening. Representing the Hampton Fire Department, Captain Danny Hilling. Representing the Hampton Police Department, Lieutenant Tom Killalay. Now we have our members of the Hampton City Council. We'd like to represent Ross A. Carney II, who's not on the field, but we're definitely thinking about you. Next we have Angela Leary. George Wallace. And Paige Washington. And now our members of the Hampton School Board. Fred Brewer. Dr. Henry Godfrey. Butch Harper. Dave Pearson. And Lenny Rowley. And now our constitutional officer, clerk of the Hampton Circuit Court, Linda Bachelor Smith. Hampton Sheriff, D.J. Roberts. Representing the General Assembly, representing the 95th District, State Delegate, Mamie Bako. Representing the 1st District, State Senator John Miller. Representing the 92nd District, State Delegate Jawan Ward. Representing the 91st District, State Delegate Tom Gear. Representing the 2nd District, State Senator Mamie Locke. And representing the 2nd District, United States Congressman Glenn Nye. Let's have another round of applause for our officials, as well as our bands, cheerleaders, and our two teams this evening. please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Yeah, a little nice to recognize some of the people that do some different things in the city. It's really nice. Mike, we're going to have a great game tonight. We got two teams that know each other right well. And, you know, when you have that familiarity, you know, try to get in the other guy's head. But we got two kickers in this game. Kyle Lawrence for Kecoughtan. In the last 3 games, he has kicked 2 field goals in each of the last 3 games. One of them was a 41-yarder. Then you look at the Anderson kid for Phoebus. He kicks a 39-yarder last week to win the ball game. So you got 2 young men here, Mike, that could make a difference in this ball game tonight.
This is our first shot at seeing the Phantoms play this year, and we had Kecoughtan opening night of the season back about a month ago. So I'm real interested in seeing how the offense really has motivated themselves, Phoebus, this year with a new head coach, and how well Paul Morant, the quarterback, is doing, and it should be a very interesting ball game.
Well, I was at the ball game when they played Woodside, and he passes the ball real well, Mike, and he, especially on a slant, they could not take that slant away from him, and he hit that slant time after time after time. But you look at the quarterback on the other side, here we got a young man by the name of Dorsey who was the 3-year starter, and all of a sudden he's gone. So, you know, that makes a big difference for the Kecoughtan offense. So let's go down to the field. Are we going to have somebody down there with the flip of the coin? It looks like we might have somebody down there. We're going to have the toss of the coin.
And as soon as the guys in the truck can put the names up on the screen there for us, we'll give you the officials for the game.
Oh, right. I got them. That gentleman's doing the talking is referee James Hicks. And trying to pick up what he's saying.
Okay. White
and he's going to referee is going to introduce the rest of his officials. He usually does anyway. Umpire is Alonzo Bell. The linesman is Donald Young. Line judge is Joseph Dent. Side judge is Laura Hasten. And the field judge is Roland Parham.
Well, the Phoebus Phantoms won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Kecoughtan will receive to start.
Well, if you look at the statistics, Kecoughtan has gone up against a team that has all they're number 2 on offense and number 2 on defense. The Phoebus Phantoms are.
And as soon as Andy can put them up there, we'll give our starting lineup for Kecoughtan's offense. So there's the officials that we just got
There's the
given.
officials I just talked about: Hicks, Bell, Young, Dent, Hayson, and Parham.
And we have a young lady that will be officiating tonight down on the line, Judge. So kudos to her for being out here with the big guys.
See if I can get Scotty to turn up my return a little bit. I'm having a little trouble here. The band is, there we go.
There we
Sounds
go.
good. Thank you.
As Kecoughtan will start on offense tonight, as the Phoebus Phantoms will be kicking off. You talked a little bit about the kicker for Phoebus, Mr. Anderson. And young man's got a foot. It's funny because we were talking earlier about how that played out last week against Woodside, as went out on the field to attempt a 34-yard field goal. Turned out to kind of nonchalantly went out there, and it ended up costing him 5 yards, and he ended up booting one that had lots of distance and went right through the middle for 39.
Well, let me tell you something. I talked to Dickie Van Dyke, the coach, and he says this young man is the number 20th ranked kicker on the Eastern Seaboard as a freshman. As a sophomore. I'm sorry.
Well, he has 2 more years after this. Back deep for Kecoughtan, number 1, Aaron Matthews. Kick is short.
And the Phantoms
Looks
got
like the Phantoms came up with the ball.
There's a wrinkle right off the bat. So we don't want the Kecoughtan offense. We want the Phoebus offense.
And then I'll give you the Kecoughtan defense after we get going. Here we go
There
with
you
the
go.
offense.
There's the offense. We have Justin Williams as the center. Welsh and Blakely are the guards. McLean and Snow are the tackles. The tight end is Romero. The wideouts are Griffin and Deloach. At fullback, we got Robinson. Colby Goodman is the tailback, and Paul Morant is the quarterback. There he goes right there, handing off.
Colby Goodwin off the left side for a good yardage. Looks like he's close to a first down on the play.
He just went on a little off-tackle play that time, Mike. It's just that they're just doing head-up blocking. They didn't do anything fancy. They just want to look at it. Here's your defense.
Here's your Kecoughtan defense. Fauntleroy is one of the guard. He's the nose guard. At the tackle position is Justin Washington and Xavier Is it Ely?
Yeah, I think so.
Your linebackers are Harvey Williams, Hakoum Gardner, Brandon Backus, and Richero Staten. And your defensive backs is Devontae Williams, DePriest Jace, Marcus Hoffer, and Deshaun Jackson as another run off the left side.
He was just short of that first down, Mike. It was 1 yard to go, and he just took that right off to the left side and actually went around the end, picked up good yardage.
That was Colby Goodwin on the run again, number 38. You can see a lot of him tonight. He is their featured back.
Well, you know, and I don't look for Stan Sexton to pass the ball much. If you can run and effectively, why put the ball in the air?
Well, you figure you've got 20 yards now on 2 carries, so that's pretty effective at the start of the game.
Yeah, I would say it's fairly effective.
Morant pitches the ball back, and
good
nice
defensive
play that time.
Oh, they lost. What?
Not much on the play by Colby, as he's going to lose a couple yards with the tackle by Mike McClary.
That looks like about almost 6, isn't it? About 5, I guess.
Yeah, we'll call it 5 on the play. Loss of 5. There'll be a second down and 15 with the ball sitting right at the Kecoughtan 31-yard line. Mm-hmm.
It is a good shot of the replay. And what happened was the man who was going to tackle Morant just left him and went to the pitch.
And number 26, Brandon McDonald, actually was the lead tackler on the play. Here's Golby again off the right side, breaks loose for big yardage all the way down inside the 15. On the stop this time for Kecoughtan is number 7, Marcus Hoffer. Big yards on that one, and that looks like about 17-yard gain, and that puts a 1st and 10 at the 14.
Well, it was, you got a play that goes 14, 15 yards. No, we got one go 16
That's
yards.
Right.
Good job. Good job.
So 4 plays and about a 35 yards rushing so far for the Phantoms here in the first quarter to start the game after a little onside kick recovery.
Nobody expected that, including us.
Morant hands the ball off to Colby. This time he cuts the ball straight up the middle, and not a lot there. Looks like he might have picked up a yard or two, leading the tackles for Kecoughtan. Looked like number 54.
Yeah.
Sean Fauntleroy.
He's one of the linebackers, isn't he?
About a 3-yard gain on the play. Yeah,
Watch the replay, and it's just he's going off the right side, right off of the guard, and then runs right into actually 3 defenders.
Hakeem Gardner, number 11, also on the stop for Kecoughtan. Gain of 3. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Ball sits at looks like about the 12 right now.
That's your fullback straight ahead, and he's bounced it outside and got the touchdown.
Stretches across. Did he give it? Yes, he did.
Yes, he put the ball in the end zone. And he was stopped.
That was Chaz Robinson. A great effort.
Chaz was stopped at the line of scrimmage. You watch it on the replay, but they never wrapped him up. Watch this. Comes right in. It's just a quick hitter. Okay, boom. Oh, I'm going to go outside because nobody grabbed me up.
His knee was down on about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, well, we have the advantage of the instant replay.
That is correct. So kicking the extra point now is Mr. Anderson.
That's 2 minutes and 15 seconds on that drive.
Kick is up and definitely long enough and true right through the middle.
That's the young man who kicked that 39-yard field goal that you was talking about earlier. Went from 34 to 39.
Yeah.
But
and he had plenty of distance on the extra point that time. So we're 9:43 to go here in opening period, and Kecoughtan has already struck first, leading 7-0.
No, not Kecoughtan.
I'm sorry, Phoebus.
But I was talking to the coach, Coach Dickie Van Dyke, who works with the kickers. Even when he got that 5-yard penalty, he looked over to the coach on the sideline and said, "Don't worry, I got it."
He got it. From what I understand, it was through the upright with about 20 yards to spare.
Plenty of yardage to spare.
Let's see. Does his knee hit the ground right there? Yeah.
Well, as it goes down, he's stretching out. So it's, it's bing bang, one of those kind of things. So now Kecoughtan is hoping they will get the ball.
They'll probably put some guys up on that front line that has some hands this time, huh?
You think?
So Anderson will tee it up again at the 40 and kick it off deep for Kecoughtan again is number 1, Aaron Matthews.
Nothing will hurt a team anymore than when you're ready to go on offense. You're ready for the ball, and all of a sudden you're on defense. All of a sudden your mindset is kind of reeling. So let's see if they can get in focus here, the Warriors.
Matthews stands at his own 10-yard line right in the middle of the field. Let's see where the ball is kicked off. And it's kicked off to the far side over there, taken by, looks like it's number 10 on the play, and that's Tamil Patton.
He didn't catch much, maybe about 5 yards.
So let's give you the Kecoughtan starting offense here. The center is Webster. The guards are Ring and Jennings. The tackles are Reynolds and Sledge. Your receivers are Jace Williams. The quarterback is Bruce Bailey. The fullback is Reeves. And your special wingback players left and right side is McClary and Pope. And we'll see a little different wrinkle here offensively than what we had with Phoebus just now.
So they got 2 wideouts, Mike.
They have 2 wideouts and they have 2 wing players. And this time the quarterback keeps it and then runs around the left end.
They'll pick up pretty good yardage.
Quarterback in 4, Kecoughtan, Bruce Bailey, as he's taken over.
Here's the defense. With tackles, we got McLean and Bailey at the defensive end, McGlong and Romero. At the linebackers, we got Robinson, Jennings, and Key. We got 2 cornerbacks, Jones and Lee, and a free safety, Goodwin, and a strong safety, Morant, who will at times move up and make that a 4-4. He will come right up into the linebacker position and make that a 4-4 instead of a 4-3.
Well, about an 8-yard run that time by Bailey, so it'll be a 2nd down and a little long 2 here for Kecoughtan.
That's a good positive run right there.
Bailey
He's got it again.
Keeps the ball around the right end. Is hammered out of bounds, looks like by the Phantoms. Number 2 on the play is Paul Morant. As you were just saying, he'd come up on the line.
Well, Morant is probably as good a defender as he is offensive quarterback. But what I enjoyed watching these Phantoms play, you watch that hit. You see,
he took a nice beat.
They close real quick on the runner.
Gain of about 7 and a 1st down for the Warriors. 1st and 10 at their own 30. Already trailing early with 8:50 to go here in the first quarter, 7-0. Phoebus out in front. Bailey back to pass. Little swing pass out to the right side is completed. Looks like it's completed to number 2, Jace DePriest. Looks like he might pick up maybe 5 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 5 for the Warriors. Ball sits right on the just outside the 35.
Well, a 3-step drop, and he had a primary receiver he was looking for.
You see where he actually caught the ball,
Yeah,
and look where they put it.
Yeah, he lost about a yard on that, didn't he?
They looked back 2 yards. They put it back. Again, back to pass. This time looking to the left side. I thought the ball had been blocked, but it's completed out here. And it's completed to the number 12 on the play. That's Devontae Williams. There's our VIPs as the people out on the field were introduced to us during the pregame ceremony are now up in the stands watching this game.
Tacklers are Jones 21 and Arnold 26, as you'll watch it right here. Nice throw, shows a good arm, but right here they just close in on him. And there's one thing about Phoebus that I have been impressed with is their secondary.
1st and 10 for Kecoughtan, just outside their own 40-yard line.
Oh.
Might have jumped just a hair early. What do you think?
A hair?
Just a hair. Just a little bit. That'll cost them 5.
Procedure.
I think it's 1st down and 15 now as they set the ball down at the 36.
You can see him, the left guard is the one that moved. Kecoughtan offensively are ranked 5th overall in the district, averaging 202 yards a game with only 112 rushing and 90 passing. And a lot of that's due to the new quarterback that they've got. But I'm impressed with him so far.
Handoff this time off the right side.
We got 25 that time. That's Chaz Robinson, who was your fullback. He's the one who made that touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Reeves. Yeah, it was. That was Reeves on the carry for the Warriors. About a 4-yard gain back to the 40-yard line. 2nd down and about 11 now for the Warriors. She looks like she's enjoying that popcorn, doesn't she?
Yeah, and you notice she's looking around, making sure nobody sneaks up and gets in either.
Nobody around her. You know?
Yeah, well, that's right. She's making sure. She's looking out for you, Mike,
yeah,
I think.
I hear you. Bailey again under center, back to throw.
He got outside.
Yes, he did. He's wide open over the middle. It was intended for number 2. Just a bit late, Jace DePriest. And I tell you, if they had thrown the ball a split second earlier, he would have had a better chance of catching that one. It was good defense.
But he had, that's a tough throw. He was running to the right, and he had to throw back across his body. Watch this, but he had a lot of room to run.
And good defense on the play. Looks like number 25. Is that who it was?
Yeah.
And that was Chaz Robinson.
Again, he's the linebacker, but they drop back and pass protection into the flats and then the hook zones.
Bailey again under center. Looks like they have a wide out to the near side here, and that is number 2, Jace DePriest. Timeout now is taken by Kecoughtan.
Well, if you notice, that time the Phantoms went into a 4-4. They were in a 4-4, 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers, because Paul Morant comes up number 2. He comes up and he plays that other linebacker. And the coach didn't like what he saw defensively. His offense, wasn't going to work. A good timeout. But give this young man credit. This quarterback's doing a good job for him. I'm real impressed with him.
He's done a very good job so far early here in the first quarter. 6:37 to go in the opening quarter. Phoebus out in front 7-0. As they they actually kicked off to start the game and did a little squib kick and recovered the fumble and took it right down Kecoughtan's throat, so to speak, and scored. So we're sitting at the 6:37 mark of the first. And what you got there?
Well, I want to talk about this was going to be rebroadcast on Cox Channel 48, LSC, your local sports channel in Hampton. Verizon Fios Channel 22. And that will be Friday at 7 o'clock on the 9th, the 10th at 7 p.m., Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. and p.m., and Friday at 6 a.m. and p.m. 9th, 10th, 13th, 15th. So set your recorder and watch it. Good handoff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a couple of outstanding moves that time by Aaron Matthews.
Almost like a wing T type of thing, a misdirection. That was almost like a counter play. Good shot of the people in the stand right there. Just a misdirection, but a good tackle. You get them around the feet. They can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
and that was Matthews was running. But what are you going to do here, Mike? You're short of the 50-yard line. You got
we're punting.
About 3 yards. You got to punt.
Yeah, injured player for Kecoughtan coming off the field a little gingerly. Loses 68.
Yeah, that's Reynolds, isn't it? He's the right tackle.
Dylan Reynolds. So Kecoughtan will punt the ball now as they have a 4th down and about 3.
Who's punting for him, Mike?
I believe, is it number 31? It's hard to see here. I believe, yeah, that's who it is. It's
31.
Kyle Lawrence.
Okay.
He's their kicker.
Oh, no.
The ball snapped over his head. See if he can get it off. Well, good recovery and a pretty good punt considering. Oh, why did he catch it? The ball was down at about the 41-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 40. That was a great save by Lawrence after the ball was snapped over his head.
Let me tell you what the coach right now says, I wish I'd have gone for the block instead of the return.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, he had a lot of time to run back, pick up that ball, and as you said, did not panic and got off a good punt.
End over ender, and it had the right kind of spin on it to get a good bounce, but one of the Kecoughtan players actually grabbed it in the air before it had a chance to bounce a second time.
And he did it without thinking.
Yeah, and he killed the ball.
Yeah,
So 1st and 10 for Phoebus now at their own 40. Morant pitches the ball back to Colby Goodwin on a sweep to the right, gets outside.
Got a good block.
It's about 15 yards on the play and is brought down by the Warriors' number 4, Deshaun Jackson. Good run on the play that time.
Well, this is something they couldn't do against Woodside. They could not get outside. Woodside was just too fast. To watch this, it's just a pitch and it's a sweep and gets a good block right there.
It looks like he went out of bounds at about the 48, so it's a 12-yard gain and not a 15.
Yeah, run out of bounds by Jackson, number 4 for the Warriors.
So 1st and 10 inside of Kecoughtan territory now as the Phantoms are on the march again. Again, Colby Goodwin straight up the middle, and nice run as he battled his way all the way down near the 30-yard line.
That was just he was going right up the middle, and the hole opened up, a little lane opened up to the left side, maybe off tackle. If you'll see right here, he just kicks it right there. He kicks outside and finds that lane and then cuts back and makes a couple missed tackles, picks up about 3 more yards after he gets hit, Mike. That's what you try to teach. There's a good shot of Coach Mike Smith. He's over here checking out the competition because he's got yet to play both of these teams.
This time the ball's handed off to the lead.
That's probably
Chaz Robinson right up the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up close to 5 on the play.
Almost looked like a wedge going up there. Just nothing but my offensive line going to push your defensive line back, and that's about what had happened on that time.
Good picture of the scoreboard right there just a second ago. So we're down to 5:06 now to go here in the first quarter.
Well, 5 and change.
5 and change.
Oh, well,
now we're 4 and change. 4 and a bunch of change. Back to pass. Morant being flushed out. Gets the ball off the middle. Look at him battle his way as it's completed to number 9, Andre Griffin.
That young man showed a lot of determination after he caught that ball.
He came close to scoring as he's finally brought down at the 1-yard line, inside the 1.
Watch this nice-looking young man. Watch this replay, Mike. He was really going to looking deep, and nobody was open. He hit that guy right over the middle, right there, and missed 1-2 tackles there. He's hit by 2 more people there, keeps right on going, and finally 3 more take him down just before he makes it to the goal line.
That was Andre Griffin on the reception. And back to live play, and looks like the handoff up the middle, and it's touchdown. I have to take a look at that one again because we were watching the replay and didn't actually see the play.
Well, try to tell Scotty to do a split screen. You don't have split screen down there, Scotty?
We'll have to ask our guys over there who actually ran it in.
Morant.
So it was a quarterback keeper by Paul Morant up the middle for a yard and a touchdown. Extra point is up.
Well, no, there was flag. They blew it dead, Mike.
Dead ball, false start, offense.
We got. There was 1 minute and 41 seconds after they got that ball that they scored. So they've had the ball by 4 minutes and scored twice. That ain't bad.
So we were like right there? Yeah, we were right there.
Pretty quick. So a 5-yard penalty on Phoebus that pulls him back 5 yards. He'll be kicking now from the 15. 25-yard extra point attempt. There's the snap. Anderson's kick is up. It's long enough.
And good.
Waiting on the referees to signal, and finally they did bring it.
Well, they're saying, would you see it? I said, did you really see it?
So it's good as the Phoebus Phantoms have stretched the lead now 14-0 over Kecoughtan with 4:24 to go in the opening period.
Well, I'm watching Kecoughtan, and being in Division 6 is a little different than being in Division 5. In Division 5, you have to put up with Phoebus and Hampton normally, and now Bethel has to put up with them. But Bethel's showing they've got a pretty good team this year. Division 6, if you remember last year, Bethel lost the last game of the season, still made it to the playoffs. So it's easier to get into playoffs in Division 6 than it is in Division 5.
Well, I guess that's primarily because that's true. Scotty says because there's less of them. But the thing of it is, the majority of the competition, the better teams have historically come out of the Division 5 end of the spectrum, so to speak, and the better teams seem to be there.
And it's been year in, year out that the Division 5 is probably the best. The championship is probably the best game.
Right.
And they probably could beat more times than not the Division 6 champion.
Now, last year would have been a good game.
Yeah.
Last year, if the Division 5 and Division 6 had played, it would have been two Eastern Region teams. Our Phoebus Phantoms here playing tonight and against
Oscar Smith.
Oscar Smith over on in Chesapeake. So
just a
little pooch kick this time.
And he touched it.
Well, he called a fair catch as number 2 for Kecoughtan, Jace DePriest, put his hand up and then let it go out. There is a flag down over there.
This
will be interesting because he did touch it.
If he touched it, then it's out of bounds.
Well, let's see. Was he out of bounds when he touched it? Though?
Well, that could be the difference too.
Let's see. He's in bounds there. We can't. Oh, his feet are on the line. It looked like.
Because I think, and that's what they're trying to say. Was he out of bounds when he touched the ball? If he is, then it comes out. What is that? The 35-yard line? They get it, or 40, or whatever. If not, then the ball is spotted where he touched him. Is he Mike, the referee? James Hicks?
Well, it looks like he's given Kecoughtan the option to take it at the 35. So,
well, I would take it at 35.
Well, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So I guess he must have been out of bounds when he made contact.
Kicks out of bounds.
Yep.
Kicking team. Take the ball on 35. The official's timeout.
We got a timeout on the field, and I was watching that young man we were talking about before, 68, Dylan Reynolds. He's still kind of hobbling going out there on the field. I just noticed right there that he's the right tackle, number 68 for the Warriors, and he's got a gimpy leg there, it looks like.
Yep, I can see him doing it too.
All right.
So Kecoughtan will start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line with 4:23 to go here in the first quarter, trailing the Phantoms 14-0. Bruce Bailey, the quarterback for
Warriors.
The Warriors. And he keeps the ball. I thought he actually had handed the ball off, but he did a good job.
And
he fumbled it.
But it looks like the Warriors got it back.
Yeah, it looks like it's recovered by number 12 on the play, Devontae Williams. But nice pickup outside the 43.
Well, you know, maybe it's because he hasn't run it all year. And now he's running the ball, and Phoebus that's not one of their keys.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you'll surely see some adjustments at halftime on that quarterback keeper, I'm sure.
Well, so far, he's done well. We'll give you the total yards he's got here if we can get the guys down there to pass that along to us. But right now we have a 2nd down and 2 as the ball sits at the 43-yard line. Bailey again under center. He does hand the ball off this time to the lead runner.
He didn't get anything.
He only got about 2 yards on the play.
Did he get the – well, they're going to give it to him. Okay, was that number 1 that had the ball?
Number 4, Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, Jackson, there you go.
Well, he's close to a 1st down, and he has given him the first down. Okay, 1st and 10 at the 45. All he had to do was actually touch the line because they started the ball right on the 35. 1st and 10 for Kecoughtan. Kecoughtan's moved the ball pretty good.
Yeah, got a good crowd here tonight, too. Both sides have got quite a few fans here. And
it's almost like a summer today, isn't it?
It is. It got up in the 80s today. The sun was down from Minnesota. And
pitch out to.
He called home. It was 40 degrees and raining.
Wow. Pitch to Malcolm Reeves for the Warriors. Not much there. It looks like he might have lost about a half a yard. 54 on the stop for the Phantoms that time is Jonathan McLean. Loss of about a half a yard on the play. 2nd down on a long 10, we'll call it.
Oh, 10 and a half.
About 10 and a half. There's a shot of the Kecoughtan cheerleaders.
And we got Dorsey's on the sideline somewhere. We'll get a shot of him hopefully before the first half is over.
Oh, he didn't pitch it, and a great job that time by the Phantoms. I believe that is number 25. Again, we apologize to Chaz Robinson. We apologize for not being able to see these numbers from up here.
He just shot the gap.
Yep.
Shot the gap.
That's who it was, Chaz Robinson on the play.
He's one of the linebackers, and he just shot the gap between center and guard, and nobody picked him up. Watch there, right here. Center and guard, and here he comes. Boom. He's getting ready to pitch, and a good thing he held on to it because that could very well have been a fumble.
Loss of 4 on the play. 3rd down now and 15. Back at the 40. Bailey back to pass, being flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes.
And they're going to spot him clear back at the 30.
Sacked this time by, looks like the lead tackler was number 74.
And we got a Phantom that's hurt down on the field. Number 7 for the Phantoms. And that's the Daquan Romero, who is one of the defensive ends. Let's hope it's just a stinger or something, not anything that is serious. But right here, you can see he's in on the tackle, and then kind of looked like he hyperextended his right leg there, and he's trying to get out of the way.
Keep this thing running. Let's see, is there a player on the field with number 74 on it? Let's see if he stands up. Wait for him to turn around. Isn't that number 74? And I got a reason I'm asking that. If you look at our rosters, his number was taken off of the roster.
74 sure was.
And we've got him.
That'd be Rogers, yeah. So maybe
he's still on the team.
Maybe they put him back on.
Yeah.
SRO from Jones right there. What's her name? Officer Rachel. Rachel, you got a ponytail. Turn around, we'll get a shot of you.
She can hear you from up here, too.
Oh, okay.
That's why she didn't turn around.
All right, punting again. Let's see what kind of a center we get this time.
Lawrence back standing on his 22 now. We'll punt it away deep to the Phantoms. Looks like number 22 is deep. That's Tyree Lee. And on the other side is Khalib Taylor, number 32, for Phoebus, standing at about their own 30. So Lawrence waiting a snap here. A little better. This time it was a bit short. Oh, nice punt. Nice spiral punt all the way down inside the 30 to the 28.
Nice job of catching that ball, not letting it bounce towards the goal line.
So number 22, Tyree Lee, takes a fair catch right at the 29-yard line. Nice punt that time by Lawrence for Kecoughtan.
I'm impressed with now, how long a punt was that? 45-yard, 35-yard punt. That's not bad.
Considering he had to go almost down on his knees to pick the ball up.
And you know,
which is better than it being snapped over his head.
Well, but if he's on his knees, he gets the ball.
He's down.
He's down.
That's right.
Not
but
like an extra point
that's
guy.
Right. He's not. So he actually didn't go down. I mean, he had to physically go down to get the ball.
I'm not putting you on the spot,
yeah,
but well, you know, I just want to know if he had gone down, he would have been down.
That's right. That's correct. Gain of about 2 on the play out to the 31-yard line. I believe that was Colby Goodwin. Looks like we've got an injured Phoebus Phantom on the field right now, kind of hobbling off. And is it 70? I can't see it.
79. 79.
It's Sam Snow. He's going off a little quicker now, so he'll be okay. Gain of about 2 on the play, we'll call it. 2nd down and 8.
He plays the left tackle, so we got a new guy in there for him. But
ball sits near the 31-yard line. Goodwin again holds off.
Oh, he tried to cut and slip.
Slip and fell down, huh?
Well, Kecoughtan got out there that time. They said, if you're going to beat us, we're going to run you. If you're going to try to go side to side, we're going to run you.
And we're going to force you to cut
east
it back
and
up.
west. You're not going to get anything. You're going to have to go north and south. And right here you can see, nice try that time, but you can see his foot slipped just right out from under him, and down he went.
Deshaun Jackson, number 4, got the initial contact on Goodwin. So he's going to pick up maybe a yard and a half on the play. 3rd down and about 7 for the Phantoms. Ball sits around the 32-yard line. Down to 23 seconds before the end of the first quarter. It's maybe the last play of the quarter unless it's an incomplete pass. Being flushed out, and there goes Paul Morant. He has the first down outside the 40 to about the 43.
He ran over a tackler. I mean, flat ran over a tackler and picked up about 5 more yards. Watch this. Nobody's covered.
Right at the end of the play.
Right here, he's going to run right over this young man. And that's why I'm impressed with him. This is the end of the first quarter.
Number 6, that was Mike McClary on the initial stop for Kecoughtan. He's the one that was hit pretty hard. Let's go ahead. You want to give us our second quarter?
Yeah, the second quarter of this game is sponsored by Beach Hardware, which is located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center. Beach Hardware is a place for all your hard-to-find hardware needs, including electrical, plumbing, and painting. And, of course, Zooms with great service and convenient locations throughout the peninsula that can save you time and money. Kelly's Tavern, now that's a good place to go.
Yeah.
They have family dining and delicious food. Join them for lunch or dinner at Port Warwick off of Jefferson Avenue in Newport News and on Coliseum Drive and Merkwood Boulevard in Hampton. And, of course, my buddy Dave Chubb up at Tidewater Team Sports. They're located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Call David Chubb or Terry McNamara at 594-0411. That's Dave Chubb or T-Mac.
Yeah, Kelly's Tavern supports us with our dinners each night for the games, and it's pretty good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all appreciate it. That was some kind of good tonight.
So the Phantoms have a first down to start the second quarter play. First and 10 at their own 43. 14-0, Phoebus out in front. Goodwin on the carry, and this time he looks like he might lose about a yard as the defense this time bottled him up pretty good.
Well, he did a good job of spinning after that first initial hit, the initial tackler, but there was nowhere for him to go because Kecoughtan did a good job of pursuing. Right here, watch him spin, and boom, about 3 more Warriors are right there saying, you're not going anywhere, big guy.
Sean Fauntleroy on the actual takedown. A couple other players hit him first, slow him down.
Good shot of the fans over here on the home side. That'd be the Kecoughtan side. Kecoughtan is hosting tonight.
Lost about a half a yard. We'll call it second down and about 10 and a half.
Hey. There you go. Look at that.
Nice hole right there. Good lead block, too, by Chaz Robinson as Goodwin gets near a first down, close to about the Kecoughtan 47. I have to wait and see where they mark it.
Look, if on the replay, watch where he finds that lane and just cuts right through the lane and picks up almost 10 yards, but he had 10 and a half to go.
What a great job Chaz Robinson did leading the blocks there.
Yeah, and that's the job of the fullback. Good blocker.
Tyree Lee was the lead blocker on that one.
We're saying Lee was the well, whoever it was, a great block. Beth Mayer, who is the she is. I'm going to have an interview with her one day. This one of these ball games. She has done a lot. She's the one to set up this the program we got with all four of them. She's worked hard to get the corporate sponsors here. Just done a great job.
Measuring now for a first down. Let's see how close he is. Looks like he's about 3 or 4 inches shy, so we'll call it second down and 3 or 4 inches.
He got 10 yards.
He got 10 yards.
And third and about 3 inches. But he needed 6.
That's right. So we'll call it third down and 6 inches. Okay. Tyree Lee, okay.
Tyree Lee did a great job on that block. We thought it was Chaz Robinson, but Tyree Lee.
Hey, Tyree Lee is number 22, so he was in there that time.
Think they may do a quarterback keeper here.
Have to wait until the sticks are set, and here we go. Let's see if Morant just does a straight ahead run with the ball. Defensively, they had that one covered. Oh, that was a heck of a hit back there.
But look at the spin.
Yep.
Because he, by rights, if the tackler just did not lock him up, had he locked him up, he'd have thrown him for a loss right here. And
that was Tyree Lee on the carry that time, 22. Just enough to get a first down.
Looked like Backus was the one that was almost made the tackle.
So first and 10 at the 45-yard line of Kecoughtan, the Phoebus Phantoms.
I'm sorry, that was Gardner, number 11, that missed that tackle. Backus is the one that made the tackle. Apologize for that, Mike.
Ran under center, wide out to the near side. Oh, I thought he almost fumbled the ball, but Morant keeps it and runs forward to the right side for about 5.
You know what happened?
I think he was.
The center stepped on his foot.
Oh, is that what it was?
When he went to make that block, he took a step over to the right, stepped right on his foot, almost tackled him. Watch this. We can see the end of it. He does a good job of putting and turning his shoulders, going north and south. Picked up. Looks what he get about 6 yards, didn't he?
It looks like they mark it about a 6-yard gain, so we'll call it second down and 4. Outs are inside the 40. And off to the tailback up the middle. Nice job defensively that time by the Warriors, led by number 54 on the play, Sean Fauntleroy. We've been calling his name a lot today. Again, that was Tyree Lee on the carry.
We're going to do player of the game.
Yep.
For a player from each one of these games are going to receive a shirt, and the shirt comes from Tidewater Team Sports. So who will happen to be one of our sponsors this quarter.
14-0 is the score here. It is a pretty warm Friday evening.
Well, this just doesn't feel like football weather at all, Mike.
Yes.
Next week it's supposed to be in the 60s, but today is in the 80s.
And we will be here again next week. Oh, nice slant pass, and I tell you, that play was defense excellent, perfect.
Well, that's the play that they ran so well and executed so well against Woodside, and you see Kecoughtan read that all the way.
Yeah, that was Devontae Williams, number 12, on the defensive play there for the Warriors. Great job. Make it 4th down and about 4 now. Looks like they actually moved the ball back a half yard.
Well, I think he lost a half yard in the play before.
Wasn't it 3rd down and 4? Now it's 4th down and 5.
Yeah.
Tyree Lee on the carry, and well, he may get it. Let's see where they mark it.
Depends on where they mark it.
And it looks to me like where they're marking it's going to be good enough for a first down. Look at that.
Good shot of Johnny Green on the sideline.
I thought they had him stopped in the backfield, or at least short. Let's see. Tyree Lee again on the carry.
Oh, he ran into his own play.
Oh, he did. He stretched it across the 35, and they marked it back a little bit, but I think he's got enough for it. Let's see. I bet you he's got about a length to the football. Absolutely.
He got it. Good job.
A nice job by Tyree Lee.
Like you say, he was hit in the backfield. He picked up that yardage. Well, actually wasn't hit. Ran into his own player, stopped any momentum he had, and he still got the first down.
1st and 10 as the Phantoms continue to march down the field. 1st and 10 at their Kecoughtan 35 with 8:32 to go here in the second quarter.
Kecoughtan defense is doing a little bit better job now.
Up straight up the middle.
Got to be Colby, wasn't it?
And it looks like it might have been 22 again. That's Tyree Lee.
Oh, Lee is in there.
Yep. I'd like to find out if is Colby injured.
Hey, maybe just giving him a breather because he plays on defense too.
Yeah.
Well, so does Tyree Lee. He's one of the cornerbacks.
Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 for Phoebus. Morant. Little swing pass here to the near side is complete down inside the 20 to about the 15.
He was wide open.
Like Paul Morant throws the ball. I did not see the number of the player who caught it. We'll have to take a look at it here and see if we can see it. Might have been 11. Anthony Haste, I can't tell. Maybe Bob could see who it was.
Number 11 got that ball.
And this is number 32 now for the Phantoms. Back in the game is Khalib Taylor on the carry.
He's got a lot of running backs. That was 22 Lee again on.
I thought it was 32.
Now there you go.
Yeah,
It's those
Lee.
numbers.
Okay, it was Lee.
It's those numbers, isn't it?
It is. It's hard to see from up here, even on the TV screen sometimes.
Bert? Was that 2nd and 5?
Ball sits at the 10-yard line. There's Lee again. This time he's bottled up and he's about a yard loss on the play.
That was a time he should have kicked it outside. It was nothing on the inside.
Malcolm Reeves, number 32 for the Warriors on the tackle. Loss of a yard. Make it 3rd down and about 6 now for the Phantoms.
Well, they haven't had many negative plays today.
And number 25, Brandon Backus, brings up 3rd and 6 for the Phantoms.
Backus in on a tackle right here. He just, so you'd have popped it outside. Of course, if you'd gone outside, he'd run right into, it looked like he'd run right into number 25, Brandon Backus. So he did a good job of turning it inside.
Grant keeps the ball off the right side, battles his way down near the 5-yard line. Let's see if they mark it shy of that.
Yeah, it looks like it's about the 6, so that'd be a 4th and 1.
About 4th down and 1, looks like.
Maybe to go for the field goal. That looks like what they're doing. They're bringing in Eric Anderson, number 4.
So Anderson will tee it up and attempt a 22-yard field goal.
That's closer than the extra point was, wasn't it?
Well, unless they get a delay in game, you know.
No, that's the only one he wants to kick it from the 39.
Oh, okay. That's a well-put kicked ball right through the middle. And
the only one he wants to kick it from 39.
He'll stand there and kind of say, let's move it back. I'm too close, right? So the field goal of 22 yards is good for the Phoebus Phantoms. Now they lead 17-0 with 5:08 to go here in the second quarter.
They run out of that I formation, and the slant pass that worked so well against against Woodside, you notice with Kecoughtan that they were ready for that thing. That could have very well been a turnover.
Yeah, well, they've only thrown it one time, so Moran has. How many times has Moran actually thrown the ball tonight? Just a couple times.
Yeah, well, about 3, I think. He had a touchdown. He hit the guy out here.
Right.
So he had maybe 3 or 4 times he's passed the ball, but
they've run the ball quite well today.
That drive, a little longer than the other 2 drives. The other 2 drives took a little longer. That was 8 minutes, 24 seconds, and they got a field goal out of it. I tell you, our statisticians over here, I'm impressed. He can't hear me, so I could be impressed or not impressed. He wouldn't know, would he? Brent Musgrove and Bob Killen doing the stats tonight up here in the booth. And this is new for me. I haven't been up here in a couple years.
Been a while.
I don't know, the seat doesn't feel right. It must be set for Paul's body.
Whoa! Oh, look at this run. Great job.
He did a great job of finding an opening and making some people miss their tackles.
It looks like is it number? No, that's who made the tackle. Is it?
No, 25.
Oh, okay, it is. It is. Yes, it is.
Watch him making people miss.
Brandon Backus did a good job as Kecoughtan now will have 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Well, Backus is normally plays defense only. He's a
junior. They got him listed as a running back and an outside linebacker, but he doesn't do a lot of running. Special teams on the run.
Good line. He's had a brother that played at Kecoughtan. I remember Alan Backus that played a couple, 3 years ago for the Warriors. It was a fine football player.
Pitch out to Malcolm Reeves with a gain of maybe a yard on the play.
Short gain on the play. Tackle made by number 12.
We'll call it 2nd down and a long 9 now for Kecoughtan. Ball sits just outside their own 44.
Or short 10?
Well, yeah.
You know, short 10 sounds awful long. A long 9 is, we can make a long 9.
Make a long 9. All right. 2 wide outs, 1 on either side.
Oh.
Screen pass out here was intended for the Warriors. Aaron Matthews, a little off target, incomplete.
That's really just a kind of a swing pass. There was no blockers out there to be a screen.
Well, it was well defended, that's for sure.
Well, and he almost gets hit as he throws the ball right here. And I don't know how he got that ball out of it. Number 70 had him covered.
That probably had a big bearing on the velocity of the
ball. That was Micah Blakely. One of the defensive tackle, number 70. I don't know how. He almost had to sling that thing sidearm to get it around him.
3rd down and long now for Kecoughtan. Back to pass again. Oh, almost got him in the backfield. And they do. He pulls them down at the 35-yard line.
They're going to spot him back up at the 39. Almost.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Watch this.
Because that's where he was almost hit from the first rush. I mean, he's still running, though. I mean,
yeah, if he got away, would they?
He got a good spot. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, because did they blow the whistle?
I don't know.
I don't either. I couldn't hear it.
Lawrence back to punt the ball now for Kecoughtan.
Well,
so this has been an adventure. So
he's punting into the wind now. A little different than he was before.
You know, the snap from center has been.
Down low, up high, maybe this will be right in the middle. There you go.
Gets off a pretty decent kick over there to the far side, goes out of bounds somewhere around the 35. Let's see where he's going to finally mark it. He's still walking. There it is, 34. Good guess.
Well, and you know, you can't run back a punt when it goes out of bounds.
Nope.
We got 3:18 to go in the half.
What's that, about a 27-yard punt? 26?
Looks like about a 27-yarder.
Well, I thought the ball was on the 39, but okay, he calls it a 36.
We'll give it to him.
We'll give it to him. 1st and 10 for Phoebus at their own 34-yard line. Now he's calling it 27 yards.
He's just doing that to
He's messing us up. That's what he's doing.
messing with your mind.
Yeah.
And is that killing?
Yeah, look at him. He's standing over. He's sitting over there laughing.
How can you tell? Oh, that side of the is bouncing. Right?
No, don't be saying it like that. Here's Morant with a pitch to the tailback. He's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much it.
Well, I tell you, Kecoughtan's defense has really made some adjustments during this first half because there are no holes anymore. James Bailey, who is head of security in the Hampton City Schools, looks like he's a real serious fella. He's important. See the keys? The more keys you got, the more important you are. Did you know that? And Andy Foley has one key.
To the truck, right?
No, to his car.
Uh-oh. Look out. Morant's under pressure, and he's sacked back inside the 30. Good job by Kecoughtan that time. 49 led the onslaught, and that was Xavier Ely.
They had two wideouts, one downfield and one on the short end, and there were 4 or 5 defenders back there.
55.
Nobody was open. That was a coverage sack.
Justin Washington actually got the sack, number 55, for Kecoughtan. Looks like
they have timeout.
Phoebus calls timeout with 2:03 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, last time they had a 3rd and 16, they had a play that would do it.
It got them 17 yards.
Yeah.
That was going the other way in the first quarter. Well, that was into the win, right? But it was also a run. Now, I tell you, Kecoughtan's defense has stepped it up against the run here in the second quarter.
They are filling the gaps. They're watching their keys. They're doing the things that the coach has been stressing all week. These are things we do. We can stop the run. Well, they didn't do it the first 2 series. They're definitely doing it this series. Well, and they pretty well did it that 3rd series they had the ball because they held them to a three points rather than a TD.
So after the timeout, 3rd down and about a good 15 yards here for.
Well, he's got 15 on the board.
Yep.
Our friend Mr. Ewing down there.
Morant is in the shotgun this time. 3 wideouts this time. Pass is short, and they're going to they call that a forward pass. That was close.
Yeah, they blew the whistle, which I don't know if it was. It was from our angle, you couldn't tell.
Incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Kecoughtan's defense has really come up now and it done really well. Aaron Matthews for the Warriors will be dropping back now.
Here's a shot. Here it is.
Yeah, it was about 2 yards in front of the quarterback, so that was a good call.
But that was you could see that play developing. There wasn't much of guessing on that. Now, who we have punting for the Phantoms?
Anderson. I don't think that's Anderson punting the ball. That's Matthews with the ball at the 32-yard line, and down he goes. But I don't believe that was Anderson that was punting.
And that was Tyree Lee, number 22, down on the tackles. He was there by the time he got the ball.
So Kecoughtan has done well and has stopped the Phantoms' drive that time, and now will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Let's see here who is the punter for the
Phoebus.
Phoebus, we've got
Ian Griffin they got down there as a punter, but I'm not sure if that's who it was.
I couldn't pick up his number.
We're going to have a talk to them about these jerseys they're wearing. What you got there?
Shortest possession, 1 minute and 24 seconds, and they got nothing
3 and
out.
Or 4 and out. 1st and 10, 3 and out. 1st and 10 now for Kecoughtan. The ball sits at the Warrior 33-yard line as they try to make a determination as to which ball they're going to play with.
Well, they're going to play with Kecoughtan's ball.
Yeah.
When Kecoughtan's offense, we're going to use my ball. When Phoebus on defense, Phoebus says we're going to use our ball.
A deep pitch on a swing around here. That's number 6 on the carry that time, Mike McClary.
Good job that time.
That's So number 22, Tyree Lee. I tell you what, we have sure called that young man's name tonight.
He's done a
offensively and defensive.
Fabulous job.
Watch,
he just fights the blocker. Blocker never had a chance, never took him. You got to stay locked up.
So no, the only thing they gained on it was moving the ball from one side of the field to the other side.
You're trying to say
it went from one hash mark to the other.
The east and west, not north and south.
That's it. 2nd and 10 now for Kecoughtan as we're down to 1:04 on the running clock here in the second quarter. Bailey back to pass, being flushed out of pocket. Down he goes.
Picked him up. That's number 40 for the Phantoms, and nobody picked him up.
Dennis Williams on the sack, and is going to lose about 7 yards on the play.
Timeout.
Watch him come in from the linebacker spot, and the guy that was blocking him was too late to get there. Did a good job.
Well, Phoebus calls timeout because they want to get the ball back. It's still 49 seconds to go before the half. It's 3rd down and what, about 18?
Yeah, Phoebus still got one more timeout to go, so they can stop him and
get the ball back.
Yeah. And, and all they have to do is, get down around the 25-yard line, and we got somebody.
Inderman's got that 39-yard field goal
yes,
again,
sir.
right?
He can pop that thing right up there. In fact, he might want to kick it from 41 tonight.
Yeah, get it down there that far. He's got a good foot. He can kick the ball well. What we got coming over here?
Phoebus has got 4 sacks already tonight, minus 23 yards. 4 sacks.
Bailey is how he started offensively in the first quarter. The Phoebus defense and the Kecoughtan defense really has stepped it up in the second quarter. Neither offense is really doing a lot.
Well, but when you're 3rd and long and 2nd and long, you're not going to normally. You're not going to. Yeah, the percentages are you're going to pass the ball.
Well, here we go, 3rd and long. Bailey back to throw.
A screen
pass. Oh, nice. He got away from that one too. Good job.
He went out of bounds. Where did he go to spot it?
Well, I don't think he got the spot that he should have. The ball was completed to number 32, Malcolm Reeves. He did a very good job and gets the ball near a 1st down. Looks like he's going to be about 2 yards shy of it. Let's see if he actually went out of bounds there, because I thought he should have got at least another yard out of that. Let's see. We'll be able to see it right here. And that's where he went out, right there. And that's exactly where the ball is. How about that?
You sound amazed.
Good job by the referees. Well, when we got replays and we can see it in slow motion, it's not hard to find it, right?
But you sound amazed. These guys are officials. They're supposed to be able to do that.
Well, they're going 4th and 2 here. Let's see. Handed off up the middle to number 6.
No, he kept quarterback keeper. Now you've got it.
Well, I tell you what, number 6, if he had given it to him, he would have had it too.
Yeah.
So Bailey gets the 1st down out to the 44-yard line, but that keeps Phoebus from getting the ball back. Down to 36 seconds to go here in the second quarter. They'll start the clock back up again here as they get the change set over there. See if Kecoughtan can do something with it within the last 25 seconds here. Got enough time for a couple of plays. They still have 2 timeouts, but they're just letting the clock run out. Bailey on a keeper, rolls around this way, gets away from one would-be tackler and throws the ball right through the hand to the intended receiver, who is Jace DePriest, but I think he may have been out of bounds anyhow.
You got a flag down?
Ineligible downfield.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. You start scrambling in the offensive line, somebody on the offensive line goes downfield, and that's exactly what happened.
And let's see, he threw the flag at the 50, so that would have put him about 6 yards downfield from the line of scrimmage. So that would, there's Susan. We get her to wave and say hi. Yeah.
Hi, Susan.
Ineligible downfield, green, replay 1st down.
5-yard penalty makes it 1st down and 15 now as the clock is showing 12 seconds. So we're going to try to put it up for one big one or let the clock run out. What do you think?
Well, if you put it up and it gets intercepted and taken back, you wish you wouldn't have put it up. He may just run it. I don't look for him to put it up in the air.
Keeper around the right end. Nice gain. Enough get outside and out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and there's still 6 seconds on the clock.
I don't know how many yards that young man's got, but he's got quite a few yards tonight.
That was 23 yards right there. So 1st and 10 all the way down to the 38-yard line. That gets them a little closer to the to the goal line. But
well, they've got a young man that's kicked a 41-yarder.
Well, he's a bit out of his range right here, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm just letting you know, he can get down there.
He can get down there, that's right. 6 seconds left.
You got timeout. You got 2 timeouts. Real quick about it.
Like Kecoughtan is going to call timeout. Yes, they do.
Timeout,
Kecoughtan. They still have 1 left here in the second quarter. 6 seconds to go as they trail the Phantoms 17-0 just before halftime.
I'd like to thank the following corporate sponsors for their generous contribution to our athletic department. Family Dentist Boutique, Tidewater Team Sports, Downtown Hampton Partnership, John Smith's Enterprises, Ron's Plumbing.
Talking about the game tonight, these Phoebus Phantoms they're on a 25-game win streak. From the last couple years, and then of course Stan Sexton was coaching at Warwick for a few years, and he come back over. He went to Phoebus High School. He coached with Bill D for many, many years before he went to Warwick for a few years.
And he was pretty successful at Warwick too.
He was.
He had to get a program back on track again over there, and they did fair.
Well, they did well enough to beat Hampton the other night. First time in 46 years.
That's halftime. All right, 1st and 10 as we get going here again. Bailey back to pass. He gets away from the rush and runs the ball outside, and the clock is going to run out as it does, and that'll do it here at the end of the first half of play here as the Phoebus Phantoms are out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 17-0. And a pretty interesting first half. More so, the second quarter was a lot better played both ways defensively.
I think it was defensively the Kecoughtan Warriors played much better the second quarter. But, when you start off, you're expecting the ball, and all of a sudden, the onside kick, and you lose the ball, they go down to score, and you're still trying to get your head right. You go 3 and out, they go down, they score again. And then finally the defense comes together, and they really showed what they can do, especially this second quarter.
Well, Kecoughtan's offense moved the ball quite well on their first drive or two. They ran out of gas, so to speak, once they got into Phoebus territory, and Phoebus' defense kind of stiffened up a little bit. But Phoebus' defense in the second quarter, as has Kecoughtan's defense, has really played well in the second quarter.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that the coaches on the Phantoms are going to talk about tackling, because they're usually a pretty good tackling group of young men, but they've let some runs go that shouldn't have gone.
Yeah, Bailey's done a good job for Kecoughtan taking over at quarterback.
Yes, he has.
All right, so here at the half, the Phoebus Phantoms lead the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 17-0. And stay tuned for a halftime presentation of a band that was, I believe, pre-recorded. And so we'll send it on down to the truck, and we'll be back for second half action shortly. right, back here live at Darling Stadium. The Phoebus Phantoms out front of Hampton Crabbers here. The Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band right now will be performed here at the half, as we will get ready to send it down there and listen to the Warrior Band as they prepare to play here at halftime. 7-0. The Bethel Bruins out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors. Mike Hauser along, Paul Rowe, Brett Musgrove, and down on the field is Ross Carney here at Darling Stadium live. Pretty good first half there.
A great first half, a very good, tight first half. Two teams going in different directions. Kecoughtan has turned it around today. They've stayed in this game with Bethel, who's obviously a very talented team. We're going to have to see how this one comes out, Mike. I'm interested in that second half.
Well, if the Kecoughtan Warriors play as well as they did in the second half, this will turn out to be a pretty good ball game.
It certainly will.
It looks like the Warrior Band is almost set to play, and we will send it down there to you to be able to hear this just as soon as it looks like they're trying to get some of their players set up. And we will be setting the halftime stats. Should be coming here before too long. We'll be able to bring those up as Brent sends them down to the truck here in the second half.
And one last time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the 17th Annual Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. 5 hours of nonstop competition. Over 20 bands from all over Virginia, all competing for the title of Grand Champion. Saturday, November 3rd, that's tomorrow, right here at Darling Stadium in Hampton. Competition begins at 4:30 with tickets available at the gate. For more information, call 850-5017. It's the 17th Annual Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. Great band competition if you've never been there. Looks like we're waiting for the band to get together here. I've just been told by the truck, ladies and gentlemen, even though the copy says 4:30, it's a 4 o'clock start tomorrow on the Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. So please change that to 4 o'clock. Make plans to be there. We're watching the senior band members of the Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band as they're being congratulated by their parents. And in just a few moments, once that ceremony is finished, they'll return to their position and we'll get to hear the Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band, one of the award-winning bands here in the city of Hampton. And Mike, if you've never heard some of the bands around here, we've got some very good ones, and this one has been one of the best over the years. And that's one of the reasons why they hold this Warrior Classic Festival every year. It's to bring in some great sounds from throughout the state, and it's just marvelous music.
Well, we've heard them a couple times already this year, and they're very good. They're very talented. The Bethel Bruins, their band is also here as they're in the stands over in the visiting side, and they also have a very good playing band too this year. And don't forget now, make sure everybody check their listings to find out what's going to happen next week. There is a possibility we may be carrying 3 games next weekend live here at Darling Stadium. There will be 4 teams from the Peninsula District representing the Eastern Region this year, along with the Bethel Bruins as the Division 6 representative. This time will be the first time that the Bruins have made the playoffs in some time. So let's send it down to the field and listen to the band as they get prepared to let loose here at Darling Stadium. All right, back here live again. Mike Hauser along with Mr. Bob Hintz. As we get ready to start the third quarter play, Kecoughtan will be kicking off. A little bit of stats on the first half as far as the drives are concerned with 9:43 to go in the first quarter. Chaz Robinson rumbles 12 yards to the near side. There's
out of Dorsey there.
That's Dorsey. There's your first half stats. Not a lot really after the first quarter. Both defenses really just took over.
Really, 170 yards total for the Phantoms, and quite a bit less than that for the Warriors. But and you have to understand, every time the quarterback gets sacked, they lose some of the yardage.
Right.
See, they total yardage 68. He probably had more than that, but
well, there was about 35 yards in losses and sacks. So,
only 3 penalties, 1 turnover.
It was a pretty penalty-free first period. Our first
13, almost 14 minutes to 10 minutes.
Lawrence will be kicking off for Kecoughtan to start the third quarter here. And I'll give you your scoring drives again here that took place in the first half. Little squib kick this time, taken at the 30-yard line by one of the up-backs for the Phantoms.
And that's 84. He's one of the wideouts, that Ramon DeLoach, just a sophomore. The coach is real high on him. Go ahead with those.
Chaz Robinson scored the first touchdown with 9:43 in the first quarter. Extra point by Enderman was good, 7-0. And then with 4:24 to go in the first quarter, Paul Morant sneaks the ball a yard, and extra point is good. That was a 1:41 drive, 14-0, and then Enderman hit a 22-yard field goal with 5:08 to go in the second period to end the scoring in the first half, 17-0. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the 35-yard line. Colby Goodwin straight up the middle, takes over right where he left off.
Wow,
all the way down inside of Kecoughtan territory.
I tell you, that young man
and there's
the flag, but
might be a face mask.
He put a stiff arm and just kept right on running. We'll talk about our crew tonight. I'm sorry I didn't talk about them during the first half. We watched the replay on cameras. We've got Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bowers, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer on graphics. My buddy Andy Foley, slow motion instant replay, Mike Nowinski, camera control operator Renee
Dead
Camden.
Ball. Unsportsmanlike. White.
Wow.
Production and audio assistant Renee Camden. Also audio engineer Bob Hodges, who is in for ailing Mr. Don Chiraus, who had a operation. Hope he gets back and feeling better. Director producer, of course, Scotty Bowsers. I'm Bob Hintz along with Mike Hauser, Brent Musgrove. What did I say? Scotty Bowser?
That's what you said.
Scotty Bowers.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Phoebus gained 17 yards on the run and lost 15 on the penalty.
White. First down.
Dead ball foul, I guess.
So it's still a first down, so it's a yard further up the field than when they started the play.
Okay.
Still first down. So it's a 15-yard big unsportsmanlike penalty called against Phoebus. Here's Goodwin on a sweep to the near side, cuts it back up the middle. Good defense and breaks free, and he's still going.
He is hard to bring down.
That's 9 yards on the play, all the way to the 45, and he was down.
5 to 6 yards was on his own.
That's right.
Third quarter, this game is sponsored by Eric Thompson, Realtor, a Hampton City Schools alumni and former athlete. You can call Eric at 685-3127 or buy or sell your home or property. And I'm losing my feedback here. I don't know what the world's happening.
There goes Goodwin up the middle, down to 30, 25, 20, 10, inside the 5, and stretches over for the touchdown.
Wow.
What a run. A run of 64 yards.
Wow. The third quarter is also brought to you by Zooms. Once again, David Allen Zooms is sponsoring the student athletes in Hampton. Zooms is located throughout the peninsula to serve you. 54 seconds, 54 yards. Okay.
That's right. Yes, it was 54 yards. Thank you. Yeah, boy, he took off up the middle and he outran the defense.
And when they finally started to tackle him, he just made it to the end zone anyway. Extra point coming up.
Enderman for the extra point. Nice snap. The kick is up. Definitely long enough and true.
And this third quarter also brought to you by Kelly's Tavern. Good food at good prices. Bring the entire family. Enjoy one of our delicious meals at Port Warwick off of Jefferson Avenue, Newport News, and at Coliseum Drive and Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And also by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sport offers screen printing, embroidering, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara.
A minute and one drive.
A minute and
1 second.
61 seconds.
61 seconds. We want to be technical.
I want to be
61
technical.
seconds. There was 2 plays, one with a penalty in between, right?
Yeah.
54-yard touchdown run by Colby Goodwin. It's 24-0 Phoebus. So just like that.
We're live at LSC Local Sports Channel and Cox Channel 48, also in Verizon Fios Channel 22. This game will be played Friday, October the 9th, 7 p.m. This is the live, what we're doing right now. Saturday, October the 10th at 7 p.m. Tuesday, October 13th at 8:30 p.m. and a.m. And Friday, October the 15th at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Turn in and watch this game.
11 carries and 144 yards for Colby Goodwin in the game. That's a pretty good night so far.
And he set out a couple of a series when Tyrod, was it Lee?
Yeah, Lee took his place in there.
And did a good job while he was in there. But Colby showed that, you rest me a little bit and I can go.
By number 11, Anthony Hayes. Warriors will take over.
He's got 11 carries for 144 yards. Fantastic.
So Kecoughtan will start their drive 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line as they now trail 21-0. And the score changed mighty fast, didn't it?
And somebody said it's going to be a close game. I'm not going to say who said that. But I tell you, the Kecoughtan just can't get anything going. They run the ball well. They execute well, but they just can't get any momentum going. They can't get a sustained drive going, Mike.
Now that handoff was to number 32, Malcolm Reeves. He's going to pick up some decent yardage.
Well,
maybe 6 on the play.
He carried quite a few tacklers here. Watch this. Right here, he's got 2 hanging on to him, and he keeps right on going, and he's, finally going down.
5 of them were hanging on him.
They drove him back, but of course he got forward where he was spotted at the 29-yard line. So
game was good for about 6. 2nd down and 4 now for the Warriors. Into the ball game now. Number 2 is Jace DePriest. Has a wide out to the far side. Bailey fakes a handoff and carries the ball, and nothing going there as the defense had him bottled up pretty good. Looks like number 25 actually was the leader on that one, Chaz Robinson.
Yeah, Chaz was, as John Johnson, he works on this field here, does a good job. This field is in excellent shape.
Yeah, we're
next week we're where? We're back here with who?
That's right. Next week we are right back here live on Friday the 16th with the Hampton Crabbers against the Bethel Bruins. So want to watch us live on TV, we'll be there.
Yep, I'll be on the sideline. Paul Rowe will be up here. They should come, and then they can tape it and watch it again, see if they can see themselves.
And off the right side this time to, again, the running back, number 33, Reeves.
That was number 54, Jonathan McLean. One of the linebackers met him right at the line of scrimmage. That brings up a 4th down, a kicking situation. They just can't get any sustained drive going. That really hurts them.
Yeah, pickup of about 2. Here's Bailey talking to Coach Tidwell, trying to make a mind up whether they want to punt the ball or go on it, and they're going to go ahead and punt.
Oh, they got to punt it. There's no way you go here and turn the ball over to the Phantoms, inside your inside the 40, 35. No way.
Lawrence back to punt the ball for the Warriors. Tyree Lee to the far side over there, standing on his own 35.
This young man has punted the ball well, but most of the punts he did in the first quarter were with the wind at his back.
And he was having to run after the ball, too.
Really?
There's a nice snap. They got that straightened out. Nice spiral all the way down to the 37-yard line where Lee actually called for a fair catch. I'm not real sure. He had 10 yards in front of him.
Well, as he caught the ball, the guy was closing fast. He said, let me catch the ball, and this way we get the ball here and go. That's the young lady I was talking about, the one of our officials today, young lady. She is, what was her name again? Laura Eisen. She's a side judge on the far side over there.
Let's go, defense.
So after the punt, the Phoebus Phantoms take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. We are at 8:03 to go here in the third.
You know why I called Scotty Bowser? He's been barking at me all night long in my ears.
It's been that way for 40 years.
3-5. 3-5 hang time.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad the people can't hear you talking that bad about me.
Oh, what a battle.
Was he running backwards?
Colby Goodwin went the last 5 yards running backwards, guys.
Oh.
All the way out near the 50. They're going to mark it at the 49. Let's watch this.
And watch when he gets it here. They got him. Yeah, he's down. No, is he down? No, I'm going backwards. Look at me. I'm going to go backwards. 5 yards. You're right, 5 yards. But he didn't get anywhere that time.
You know, that time it was to the lead back, I believe, Chaz Robinson. So nothing there. Looks like he's going to lose maybe a yard on the play. Bring up 2nd down and a long 10.
I'm glad you got this long and short down, Mike.
Hey,
you've been working on it for what, 5 years now?
What is it, 10 and a half? Call it 10 and a half, all right?
Oh, Lord.
Give him a loss of a yard on the play. Morant takes a snap, drops back to throw, sprints to his right, passes the ball off to the side. It's complete. And like it was completed. Is it to number 9?
Number 9, you're my man. That's Griffin.
Griffin on the carry.
Nice reception.
Down inside the 40 to about the 39, so a 1st down on the pass play.
But that was great execution with Morant faking the handoff. That was a real good job.
And he did a good job rolling out to his right.
Number 9 caught that ball, did a great job. Griffin was the one that did a great job of finding an open spot, just kind of a hook pattern. Morant give him the ball, and then he picked up a couple 3 yards after that. But Morant did a great job of freezing the linebackers with the fake.
Timeout is called by Kecoughtan here with 7:02 to go in the third as they trail Phoebus 24-0.
Well, they're trying to, if nothing else, they're trying to stop the momentum here. You know, Phoebus has just got it all cylinders going right now. They made some adjustment in halftime, as you saw. Boom, on that long run by Colby Goodwin. What do you got here, Mike?
Well, just wanted to give everybody a heads up on what our games that we will be carrying live here the rest of the regular season. Next week, again, October the 16th, here back to Friday. The Hampton Crabbers invade Darling Stadium will be hosted by the Bethel Bruins.
Right.
So that should be a pretty good contest. Looking forward to that one. The week after that, October the 23rd,
big game.
Phoebus will be coming in here to play the Hampton Crabbers. So after the last few years of battling both back and forth between the two, that ought to be a war. Then we come in here on the 30th, and the following Friday, Hampton Kecoughtan, and then we'll end up the regular season Friday, November the 6th, with Bethel playing against the Phoebus Phantoms here live at Darling Stadium. Colby Goodwin to the good cut to the outside, and there goes the flag right in the middle of the field.
And it's usually a holding play if it's called right there. But you notice how he was brought down that time? Got his feet. Watch that. Nice tackle right at get his feet.
That's what they're going to call. They're going to call it tripping penalty. Let's see if they call. Let's see if that's what they end up calling. You'll see the Kecoughtan player go down hard. But I thought if we go back and look at it again, it looked like the Phoebus player may have been knocked down and he kind of rolled into
Blocking the back, offense.
Yeah, but see,
Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah,
that
there
is
was
correct.
definitely a block in the back, and that was Morant.
The ball will be placed at the 47-yard line.
That goes down
Well,
as a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Coaches tell you, get a hat on somebody, block somebody. Sometimes just getting in his way will work out.
Yeah, but usually you have to be in front of the
Well, usually that's
because if you're not, you're going to get called.
well,
for
that's the expected thing. You know, you hope to, but that always happens.
First down and long, a little screen pass over the middle is a bit short, and it's incomplete. Looks like it was intended for Chaz Robinson.
Yeah, that was just a delay coming out of the backfield. Hopefully letting the line go in, and he just snuck through. The ball was just really thrown short. He was open. That's probably the worst pass that I've seen Morant throw. He's usually right on the money. But now we got second and long.
Like second down and about 13 on the play. No, I'm sorry, second
18.
down and 18.
Yeah.
Second in the bunch here for the Phantoms. The pitch to Colby Goodwin on the sweep to the near side. There is a flag on the play. And that looks like it's going to be an illegal block here on the outside by one of the Phantoms wideouts.
Wow. They're going the wrong way.
Yeah. Nice pickup by Goodwin of about 7 yards.
He just puts his head down right here. He's going to put his head down and go. He delivers the blow. He run both of those defenders backwards.
Looks like the penalty.
Hold. Offense.
Offensive holding by the wideout over here, and that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot, so that's a big loss.
Oh, wow.
All the way back to the Phantoms' 44-yard line.
About 27 yards, isn't it? Right at it.
That's it, 27. Good eye. Second 27 now for the Phantoms as they're going in the wrong direction. We pretty much penalty free in the first half. Would we have three total?
penalties? Yeah, total of 15 yards.
Moran on a screen pass over the middle. Nice block to open it up.
Picked up about half of what he needed to pick up. That's 84. That's the young man I was talking about from on Deloach. Just a sophomore, 6'4", 195. They're real high on this young man.
Nice little play right on that one. See a gain
nice
of
block there.
About 12 yards.
He needed a couple more blocks, and he'd have picked up some real good yardage. But he picked up about half of what they needed.
Like Terrence Ricks was on the stop for Kecoughtan also. Okay, we call third down and 15 now. Ball sits at the Kecoughtan 44. Two wideouts. They're in the hold up. So that's is that Morant? I mean Colby Goodwin straight up the middle.
Straight up the middle, yeah.
Or is it Tyree Lee? Let's see which one it is. I could not tell. It was Goodwin. It was a gain of about 9 on the play. That's going to bring up fourth down now, and about 7 for the Phantoms. And let's see what Stan Sexton decides to do here. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, you know, that wasn't a bad call. You expect him to pass.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a bad call.
Fourth down and 7. Ball sits at the 36-yard line. They need to get inside the 29-yard line of Kecoughtan. Morant back to pass down the left, right sideline. To the Phantoms number 11, Anthony Hayes.
Wow, right on the money. Tell me this young man can't pass that ball.
That was a shot.
36 yards. Is that what you said, Killen? Sounds like it. 36 yards.
Pass was completed. Number 11, Hayes, 36 yards from the Phantoms quarterback. Paul Morant. Inderman in for the extra point. Good snap. Kick is up. Definitely long enough, and it's true. Down the middle. 4:29 to go here in the third quarter. 31-0 now as the Phantoms extend the lead.
They haven't had many series. The first 3 series they had, they scored 2 touchdowns and Kecoughtan's principal right there in the middle, Mr. Wright, done a good job. I told him I wanted to interview him at one of the ball games. The drive was 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
3 minutes and 24-second drive.
Yeah. And then Mr. Wright was at Kecoughtan as a student, played ball at Kecoughtan, was at Spratley last year, and the first year Kecoughtan's doing a good job. The faculty just, we got, yes, it's when we show some of the broadcasts on LSC, all these shots that they show, all these games from way back when I had dark hair.
And a little bit more of it, right?
And the basketball shorts were short shorts.
Short shorts.
And he's on some of our games.
It was funny watching one of the Allen Iverson games not too long ago, and short shorts were definitely the fashion when it came to the basketball shorts then. Little squib kick over to the far side at the 20-yard line.
Well, he's running east and west, and there's nowhere to go. You got to go north and south if you want to pick up yardage.
He ran from one sideline across about halfway across the other sideline and
picked up nothing.
Nothing. Tackled at the same yard line, and he caught it. 1st and 10. Kecoughtan will start at their own 20.
No gain on the return. The Warriors will have the ball. 1st and 10.
Andy just said we had a game, one of the All-Star games. We had Tiki Barber on, and we were making fun of his name, and look what he's done. Grant Hill, that's right, when he played against Hampton at South Lakes, when Hampton beat him in the semifinals of state championship games and went on to win the state championship in basketball that year.
Bomb ball. There's the first turnover of the game.
We've had Joe Smith. When he was over on the other side, south side, we got Joe Smith, who's still playing in the NBA along with Allen Iverson, of course.
Now Bailey fumbles the ball for Kecoughtan, and watch out, here comes Phoebus again. 1st and 10, all the way down inside Kecoughtan's 30.
Ran into his own play right there, and there's the strip. I didn't see who did it, but you don't pick it up, you just dive on it. But he ended up with it anyway. But when you try to pick it up, sometimes is when you miss it and lose it.
Yep. So Phoebus takes over 1st and 10 after the turnover.
And it doesn't look like a happy fan right there looking at his watch and said, oh, wow, how much longer is this going on?
Well, if they score one more time, it won't take long because they'll be running the clock. There's Goodwin straight up the middle. And what a spin move he made to pick up an additional 8 yards after he was hit.
Looked like he had enough to pick up first down.
Actually, that was Tyree Lee. Number 22 is back in there.
Tyree Lee. Watch this spin right here. Well, you thought you had me. Oop. No, you didn't get me.
Stop on the play that time by the Warriors. Number 4 is Deshaun Jackson.
There's Lee again, and he's going to score.
He's going to go. There he goes. Touchdown, Phoebus.
And how many seconds was that, Mr. Brent?
So with 3:59 to go here, it wasn't many because the last touchdown, it was 4:29.
15 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, 16 seconds.
Hey, let's get it right.
16 seconds. They've had some quick drives tonight. Scotty, I don't think you can run that far.
So Enderman now in to kick another extra point as
I could get my bicycle and go that far.
Phoebus is just taking over here
goodness.
in the second half.
I'm glad they can't hear that.
Extra point is good. With 3:59 to go here in the third quarter, it's now Phoebus 38 and
all right, we're gonna have a running clock now.
Well, it should be.
Yeah. Again, we'll talk about our production crew. Cameras, Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bauer, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer. Graphics, animation, Andrew Foley. Slow motion instant replay, Mike Nowinski. Camera control operator, production audio assistant, Renee Candom.
Audio engineer Bob Hodges, who is in here for Don Chirouse tonight. Director, producer Scotty Bowers. Our announcers tonight, Bob Hens along with Mike Hauser. We got Brent Musgrove and Bob Killen on stats.
We need to pick players of the games here soon because this quarter's going to go quick. Now with a running clock,
you know,
you got two choices for Phoebus, my opinion.
yeah. Where is it? Yes.
He's one of them.
Yes.
And the other one is that one.
Yeah. I would go with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of early to be picking it.
Yeah, but you know.
He's dominated.
And I tell you, the young man that I'm impressed with on this Kecoughtan roster.
There's the kick to the far side, goes out of bounds, so Kecoughtan will get the ball first and 10 at their own 35. What do you think? Oh, yeah. It's not him.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
We're going to see a lot of people come in for the Phantoms. They're going to substitute. They're going to get experience in for these young men.
You want to go ahead and give it to him so he can pass it on? It's a little early, but I think it's...
That's early, but...
No, we'll wait.
But anyway,
we'll wait to announce it.
We'll announce it late. Well, we got a running clock, so I want to get ready to run.
Literally.
Oh, I'm not supposed to run? Yeah, hold that.
What do we got
here?
Hold
that thought.
It looks like Kecoughtan's actually going to take the penalty and make them kick it off again. I'm not real sure why they would do that, because they would have the ball first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
No, it's a 5-yard penalty, so they're now kicking from the 35.
I mean, in all honesty, he could kick the ball to the goal line if he wanted to. So let's see what Stan Sexton has them do this time, kicking off. They took the penalty instead of having it first and 10 at the 35. I guess he's going to try to get something on the run here, huh?
Well, yeah, and I'm like you. I'm not sure why you would do that, because you know, you kick it off, you could fumble. You could also run it all the way back.
Yeah, we'll find out whether or not we could say that's why he's the head coach. You know, let's see. Takes it at the 23. He's at the 35. So he's going to get a better run back. So that's why he's the head coach.
Yep. He picked up 11 yards.
Yep. So out to the 46-yard line, Kecoughtan will start first and 10.
So we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams, and they will get a T-shirt that comes from Tidewater Team Sports.
Right.
David Chubb, Terry McLemore is out there in Oyster Point on Cannon Boulevard, right next to Waco. Go out there and see them. Get your screen printing, your embroidering. Do a good job. Great job. David has been doing it since 1988.
Nice long business.
He has been giving us the player of the game shirt since 1988. Look at that.
Bailey keeps the ball again, gets good yardage out to the Phantom 44. Still battling. They didn't even take him down. So he's close to a first down. We'll have to wait and see where they mark it.
Watch this thing. He gets behind the guy. He's right here. And who's the guy that nobody knew he had the ball? Did a great job of hiding behind the running back. That young man has kept his motor running all night tonight.
Bruce Bailey of Kecoughtan Warriors.
Is he a junior? I think he's a junior, isn't he, Mike?
Let's see what Mr. Bailey is. Mr. Bailey is a junior. That is correct. And Bailey hands off to the lead runner. That's number 32, his ever-present.
Well, they got a little something going now, and, you know, making them re-kick that ball, getting a little momentum going. They picked up a couple first downs. Right here, you can see the replay.
Reeves on the handoff straight up the middle down to the Phantoms 35, and I believe this is their deepest penetration of the game.
Well, it is, but also be aware that what you see on there, the defense, is a lot of new people out there for the Phantoms.
So we got some clean jerseys. We have a timeout now. It's called by the officials. Looks like we have a problem with the helmet.
Number 79 out there is not a starter for the Phantoms. That's Sam Snow. He's been running in and out. Number 40's out there. Number 58. 58 has been out there. He's the defensive end.
Bunch of clean jerseys.
But he's getting some of his younger players some experience, which is good.
And Devontae Williams now out to the far side wide receiver. Bailey under center. Hands the ball off again.
No, he didn't.
Man, I tell you what, he fooled me.
He is really good at bringing that ball back.
He is. Down to the 30. That's a gain of 5. And,
you watch this on replay. He looks like he gives the ball. We're going to be at the end of the quarter here in just a second.
All right, so we're done here for 3 quarters of play as the clock will continue to run once they get started. 38-0, Phoebus out in front of Kecoughtan.
I thought we might watch the replay on that to see how well he is handling that ball. I'm really impressed with him at quarterback. See, he would have been playing behind Dorsey this whole season and been a senior and you know, not get all the experience. So this means next year he's going to have a ton of experience.
Yep.
It's really going to help this this
we
group.
can see if our guys over there can give us some stats on Mr. Bailey tonight.
I'll see if we can get it.
But we got to remember. We also have to remember too that he's probably had 40 yards of losses in sacks tonight.
Yeah, he's got 38 total yards, lost 40 in sacks. So you figure he's, you know, right at the 80-yard mark. But when you get sacked, that goes against you. That was a good shot of the far side, which is the Phoebus home side, away side. Just a second, we had it on the screen. Again, I want to let you know that LSC, your local sports channel here in Hampton, and Channel 48, you can watch sports that has been played the last 27 years, 7 days a week. 24 hours a day.
Yeah, you know,
really
I was watching it the other night, and it almost looked like they were playing something that came off of the Newport News cable channel. Because Greg Bicker-Varus was announcing it.
They traded some stuff for him.
That's cool.
Yeah, Greg is real good with that. It's shown on Channel 48 here, of course, in Hampton on Cox Channel 48. Rising Files. And you get that at Newport News on Channel 22.
That's right.
So, you know, it's nice to know that you can see it, and you also can pick it up on the internet, they tell me.
Well, you can.
I can. You could.
Off of the, you don't have internet no more?
Oh, well, I got it, but ask me how to get on it, and I call Andy, and he hangs up on me.
First and 10 for Kecoughtan. Bailey keeps it again, picks up about 2 or 3 on the play. And I tell you, I was watching a show the other night on Channel 22, and I was trying to figure out what it was. It was a baseball game. But you wouldn't believe who it was. It was the Virginia Generals. It was Virginia Generals against the Hagerstown Suns. It was a Class A baseball game.
How about that?
That was I guess it was produced by the Newport News cable channel. Because Bicker-Varus was, oh, y'all did that? Because I know. Oh, okay. Yeah, Greg and Sonny Dirt did the play-by-play for the game. So that was different to see a game that was played way back in the day. In the day, right. Well, this fourth quarter is sponsored by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, which is located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue, where Nancy Staten is the director. Zooms, with locations throughout the peninsula, serve you. They are a longtime sponsor of the Hampton City Schools and student athletes. Kelly's Tavern, family dining with some of the best burgers in town, located on the peninsula at Port Warwick off of Jefferson Avenue, Newport News, and Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And Tidewater Team Sports, your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniforms, and apparel. They're located at 11839 what a job.
Cannon Boulevard. I'm watching the game, trying to do this too. And Oyster Point, Newport News, call 594-0411. Talk to David Chubb, my buddy, or Terry McNamara. Watch this replay and he
Bailey
just
had no chance here.
well, you're running to the left, and you're right-handed. There's no way you can throw the ball because you can't get your shoulders turned around.
Well, Lawrence has come in now. He's going to attempt a 45-yard field goal attempt.
I told you he's got a 41-yarder to his credit. The wind is his back, isn't it? No, it's
looks like it's going left to right.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to put a foot into this one.
Well, he's had 2 field goals in each of the last 3 games, and his longest has been a 41-yarder.
Well, Phoebus calls a timeout, try to ice him. I'm not real sure would he do that for with a 38-0 lead.
But when he calls timeout, does that stop the clock? You don't keep running it?
That's the only time the clock will stop.
Only time. Well, I'm glad Mr. Ewing let me know. Phoebus had 12 guys on the field, so that's a good reason to call the timeout because, you know, they give him 5 yards sooner. You know, he's going to make that 40-yarder.
Smile, you're on candid camera.
Whoa, we're on camera. Great.
38-0 here as Phoebus came out here in the second half and just dominated.
They really have.
They took it over.
Mike, I'm enjoying this. I haven't been up here in a couple of years. This has really been good. We got a good thing going. You and Paul do a great job. I enjoy listening to you when I'm on the sideline. I hear you through my earpiece and all. And sometimes when you're talking, I just turn it down so I don't have to hear you too much.
Thanks a lot.
No, you guys do a good job, Mike. And I really appreciate the opportunity to come up here and do this again. I'm sorry Paul had to miss this ball game. Of course, him being Kecoughtan sponsor where his son went to school, he wouldn't be too happy with the results, I don't imagine.
Well, let's see what happens here. He was blocked. Came right up the middle, blocked it, picked the ball up, and advanced the ball to about the 46-yard line. Let's see if we can see who had actually got the block.
28.
Was it 28?
Yeah, 28 got the block.
That would be Justin Lyles. Let's see if it's 28 or 22. It might have been Tyree Wall.
46-yard line where we first and 10.
Let's see.
That was 28. 28 got it. I'm going to give it to 28.
Okay. Sounds like a winner to me.
Justin Lyles.
The blocked field goal attempt gives Phoebus the ball first and 10 at the 46-yard line. The clock will continue to run. The wide receiver on this end could get himself set. Grant hands the ball off to Colby Goodwin, I believe. Let's see.
We'll see who that is.
That is
Carry gain of 9.
Yeah. Gain of about 9 on the play all the way to the Kecoughtan 45. We'll call it second down and 1. Yeah, that's good. You can see it right there. Give it a couple more minutes here. When the clock gets down inside of 5 minutes, we'll probably go ahead and give you player of the games here, as we've pretty much already got.
Have you called them down?
Ready?
This is number 25, Chaz Robinson on the carry.
Chad Robinson
Gain of 4 on the play.
25 will get the ball down.
Tackle made by number 54, Sean Conroy. That is good
for the first down. First and 10 paces. As the clock continues to run down, 50 to go.
And I don't look for the Phantoms to put the ball in the air. They're just going to grind it out, run the clock off. We just announced those, Mike, when you're ready to do that.
Oh, okay.
When there's about 3 minutes left of the game or something like that, if you want.
All right. First and 10. Colby Goodwin on the carry. Nice move. Breaks a tackle and ends up stepping out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
That's what he's going to mark it, yeah.
That'll be a gain of about 11 yards on the play and another first down. As I was going to say the clock will stop, but it won't.
I tell you, good spot, because that's exactly where he stepped out of bounds, right on the 30, even though he rolled all the way up to the 35. Good shot of the crowd here on the Kecoughtan home side.
38-0, down to 5:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Grant taking his time. Hands the ball to Colby Goodwin again. Takes a stop and down he goes.
He saw the hole was plugged and he said, I'm going to go this way. And number 25 for the Warriors said, no way, Jose.
Brandon Backus and number 54 also on the stop was Sean Fauntleroy. Now, I'll tell you, we've used his name a lot tonight, too.
Both of them, Backus and Fauntleroy. Good job defensively.
Well, we had 144 yards rushing earlier in the third quarter for Goodwin, so he's had a good game tonight. I'm not sure what he's got now. He had that 154 yards, jaunt down the middle of the field for a touchdown early in the third quarter.
And he just lost a yard that time, so you got to take that away from him.
Second down and 11. There he goes off the left side, right down the middle, and in untouched.
Wow.
Touchdown, Phoebus. So
31 yards.
Colby Goodwin scores again at the 450 mark. How many yards was it? 31 yards?
31 yards, yes.
That ought to put him close to about 200 yards rushing one night. Is that right, guys? Over that?
What's this? Oh, that's not over?
So Enderman in to kick the extra point for the Phantoms. Snaps down, kick is up. And
kick is good.
His kick is good, and there's a flag. And I tell you what, his leg's got to be
There
getting
is a
sore.
flag on the play.
So there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what it is.
And that will that be assessed on the kickoff or what?
Depends on if it was a dead ball foul.
Well, it seemed like it was dead ball. The ball had already been kicked, and then the flag flew, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's
Might
see.
have took him a while to get it out of his pocket, though.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, let's see.
The pants are tight.
Personal foul, white, dead ball. Point's good. Penalty administered on the kickoff.
All right, he said the point is going to be administered on the kickoff, so that means they're going to kick that ball off from the 20? No, sorry, the 30, 25.
From the 25. 45-0 now with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the game as the Phantoms, Colby Goodwin scores again. That's 2 tonight for him. What's the yardage for him? Wow. 20 carries, 223.
20 carries, 223 yards.
Good
what
night.
a night.
Good
what
night for
a night.
Excellent night for Colby Goodwin tonight.
Wow. Brent said that's about his evening walk.
Who we got there?
Oh, looks like we got Turbo Gene Wheeler. He looks like he's sweating. I don't know why he'd be sweating.
Well, at least he's down there where the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
We have nothing up here. All we've got is a brick wall behind us that's blocking the wind, right?
Well, the wind and then you. And
Hey, wait a minute now.
Well, you are between me and
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
The 15-yard mark off.
And from the other end, I got Killen blocking it, so.
You're in trouble.
I know. No wonder I'm sweating.
Enderman kicks off from the 25-yard line. Good kick. Taken at the 25. And that's number 12 on the carry, Devontae Williams, and he is brought down at about the 34.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to spot it at the 34.
So give him about 9 yards on the returns. Good special teams play by Phoebus. Only allow him to get 9 yards.
I want to thank our crew again, Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bauer, Gene Wheeler, and Steve Fryer on cameras, graphics, and animation, Andy Foley, slow motion instant replay, Mike Nowinski, camera control operator, production and audio assistant, Renee Camden, audio engineer, Bob Hodges, who was in for Don Trouse, and director producer, Scotty Bowers. Mike Hauser, along with Bob Hintz, Brent Musgrove, and Bob Killen.
Down to 3:51 as the clock continues to run. Kecoughtan first and 10. Hands the ball off to number 32, right up the middle. Not much there.
There's
Malcolm Reeves.
Nothing there.
Might get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Phoebus.
It looks like he fumbled the ball.
From the Warrior 34.
Oh, my.
He did. Now, see, I didn't see that. Did you?
No, sir. Let's see if we get it on replay, because if there was a fumble, I sure missed it.
I wonder if the fumble happened in the handoff.
No, they were going down for it right then. So it was like when he hit, he just maybe never did get to have the ball secured before he got hit.
He may have, he may have lost it right there.
Yeah.
Either way, Phoebus has the ball again, 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan 34-yard line.
And how many turnovers is that against the Warriors tonight? The first game, the first play they had, that's what was it, 4 or 5 turnovers, right? 4 turnovers tonight. New quarterback in there, I'll bet. Didn't see who it is, but looked like a new quarterback. Yes, number 4 is quarterbacking now.
Yeah, Eric Anderson?
Yes, he is the backup quarterback.
How about that?
Well, I thought I didn't tell you that. Yeah, he is the backup quarterback.
So not only does he have a foot, he could probably throw the ball too if he's a quarterback.
Got a foot, got a hand. Right?
Gain of about 5 on the play for Anderson. It's 2nd down and 5 as the ball sits at about the 29-yard line. Again, 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and after this play, we'll go ahead and give you our player of the game. Hinderman hands the ball off up the middle.
It's 20, look like 25.
No, it's 22.
22, that's Lee again, okay.
All right, let's go ahead and give our player of the game. What do you think?
Give him away,
With a minute
Mike.
52 seconds as the clock continues to run, and it's a 45-0 lead. The player of the game for the Phoebus Phantoms, 224 yards on 20 carries, Mr. Colby Goodwin.
What a fine game he had.
Outstanding game. And our player of the game for the Kecoughtan Warriors is Bruce Bailey, their quarterback. With the exception of some sacks, he would have probably surpassed the 100-yard rush tonight too. He played really well for the Warriors tonight. He's done a very good job filling in for their normal starter.
Yes, he does. And we had a good shot of Dorsey on the sideline. So.
Down to a minute and 9 seconds as the clock continues to run. 2nd down and 9 here as the Phantoms will probably just run the clock out here and keep the ball on the ground.
I don't think the coach is going to have Henderson put that up in the air.
Here's a handoff to Tyree Lee. Nothing there. He's going to lose about a yard back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 as we're down to about 40 seconds to go here. Enough time for maybe one more play.
And that's it. And it is, what is it? What yardage is it? 3rd down?
And it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah. Run this play and just, that's it.
This is the last play they're going to have to run. Pitch back here to Tyree Lee as he sweeps to the near side.
No, it's number 5 got the ball.
That's a new one.
Number 5. Who is number 5? Let me see if I can run that down real quick. That is Chris McQueen, a freshman.
He's going to lose about 3 on the play, though. But that's the final gun as we're done here at Darling Stadium. As the Phoebus Phantoms come in here and take care of business, they will improve to 6-0 on the season.
And extend their winning streak.
That's right. And what is it, 29 or 26
now, yeah.
26 straight games. So the final score here at Darling Stadium was the Phoebus Phantoms 45 and the Kecoughtan Warriors 0. Been a pretty good game. The second half was pretty much all Phoebus. The first half was a pretty good defensive battle on both sides. It was well played, especially in the second quarter, but it was just too much Phoebus in the second half.
There was.
Again, our player of the games for the Phantoms was Colby Goodwin, and for the Kecoughtan Warriors was Bruce Bailey. Well, I guess we're pretty much done here.
Yeah, we want to thank our crew and our corporate sponsors and all the people that helped put this game together. And, of course, Mike Hauser, Bob Killen, Brent Musgrove up here with me. I'm Bob Hinch saying good night, everybody.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zooms, with locations throughout the peninsula to serve. Like Kelly's Tavern. Family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula. Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part by Beach Hardware. Located at 1951 East Pembroke Avenue in the Buckrow Shopping Center, Beach Hardware is your friendly local hardware store with everything you need to maintain your home, both inside and out. And by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Contact Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 685-3127 or email him at eric@findhrhomes.com. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armistead Avenue, Nancy Staton, Director.